In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make this cool intro in Blender. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start with a cube when you open Blender. You're going to delete the light and everything. You're going to keep everything but the cube. You're going to move the cube up, kind of move the whole camera view up, and then you're going to delete the cube. You're just going to delete the cube so that it will be empty. There will be nothing showing. Then you're going to add a text. So it should be there when you add. Click on add. It will be down there. Text. So now we're just going to rotate a little bit. So now that we have the text just perfectly lined up, now we're going to go to edit mode. We're going to click on it. We're going to go into edit mode, and that will let you change what it says on the text. So I'm going to put in MLB because that's what I kind of want it to be, but I'm actually going to only put in M on this one. And then I'm going to duplicate the object. And I duplicate the object by clicking Shift and D. That's how you duplicate. So now on the next one, I'm going to put in L. And then I'm going to duplicate again, Shift and E. And now I have MLB. So now we're going to go and I'm going to change the color of the text. So I'm going to change it. Let's just do, I think I'm going to go with kind of a yellowish, orange-ish. And then I'm going to see how it looks. So it looks pretty good. I think I like it like that. Now I'm going to go to the L. And I'm just going to change the colors to all of them to make it look like how I want it for the intro. And now, as you see, I've added a different color to all the texts. So now, if you go and if you click on the text kind of icon, you can just kind of play around with the settings, kind of move it around, change even the fonts and stuff. Just make it however you want to make it look really cool. So I'm just gonna kind of play around with it. Maybe make it all the same, or you can make it different for different texts. So you can just make it really cool. So I really like this feature, and it's cool. Now I'm gonna make the texts move. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just click on G and lift them up using G and Z so they don't really go anywhere. And then I'm gonna move ahead in the timeline. So first I'm actually gonna click on I and click on the location. Then I'm gonna move them back down and move ahead on the timeline. And then I'm gonna click on I'm gonna move it down. Then I'm gonna click on I and click on location. So now, as you see, the text moves. So now I'm gonna just do that to all of them, make sure, so I don't want just one of them moving. So first I'm gonna do that to the L, so move it up. And just kind of make sure it's lined up with the M, because I don't want it to look like all uneven, you want to make it look as good as possible. And then I'm just gonna do that to the B, and so it'll look really cool at the end. So as you can see here, I already got the L, M, and L, and now I'm just trying to make the B work, so just kind of repeating the same process. So it's kind of like an on and off, but now, so the B is a little uneven, so I'm going to move it, and now it should be ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a plane from the add menu, and so I'm just going to add this plane. I'm going to move it, so it will be I want it to be behind the text, so I got to rotate it, and then use G to move it around. And now I have it kind of like I want it, but I still want to make it a little better. So let's make it better by just moving it. And then we're going to make it really big, so it kind of takes up the whole thing. You don't want to see that Blender background in the back of your kind of intro or whatever you're using this for. But before we do that, we're going to change the color of that. You don't want it just to be like white or gray or whatever. So you can just make like a really fun color for a very fun background. So this is the color that I'm going to choose. So now I'm going to just make the background huge. I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to just keep on expanding it using S to scale it. Just make it bigger and bigger until it takes up the whole screen, because that's what I want. Now that I have it like I want it, I'm going to go to the search menu up top, and I'm just going to put in baseball, see what they have. And they have this really cool baseball. So I'm just going to click on that, and it is going to add it to my Blender project. So now that I have that cool little baseball right there, I'm going to do some cool stuff with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move it so it's not right in front of the text. And then I'm going to go to rigid body. I'm going to click on that. And there, that's all I need. So now when I click play, you can see that the ball drops. And that is what I need, but I need more than one, so I'm going to click Shift D, and I'm just going to duplicate it so that I have a lot of these baseballs on the screen, because you know, like one isn't that cool, but a lot, that's cool. So I'm adding all these baseballs here, and I'm gonna have to change a few stuff, but for now it's okay. So when I click play, you can see that they all fall. And it's really cool, but I don't want it like that. It just looks a little like too perfect, you know? You wanna kind of move it around. So I'm gonna move them around so they're not all straight, and I'm gonna make some big, some small, you know? Make it kind of cool, you know, fun. You can make it however you want, but that's just the way I want it, so this is the way I'm gonna do it. So just gonna make it really fun, you know, move them around, make some of them big and some of them small. And this isn't the only thing I'm gonna be doing with baseballs today. I got on this Blender project, I got Eski a very good idea, so I can't wait to try that out. So now when we click play, we can see that it kind of moves, falls, and Eski looks a lot better, like having some big, some small, them all over the place. And now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to make them kind of like bounce off something. So I went and tried to do that, but then I forgot. To do that, I need like a base for them to bounce on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to add-ons. I'm gonna go to the add-ons menu. And so I'm just gonna do some quick settings, you know, make sure everything's doing good, you know, bounciness. I want that all to be good, but I'm gonna go to the add-on menu, because that is what I need right now. I'm gonna go add-ons, and I'm gonna get a cube. A cube is good, you know, nothing more. I just need a cube. So I got this giant cube right here, and I'm gonna scale it down using S. And then I'm just gonna kind of move it around, make it pretty long, pretty tall too, but not that tall. So I want it there, right? But then I'm gonna hide it. I don't want people to see the cube, so I'm just gonna move it down. So I'm just gonna make sure down, 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 you know, just gotta kind of edit it. Make sure that it's there, but it's just not visible, because I do not want it visible. Like, I have something though planned. I have something planned though. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the camera around, make sure you don't see it, but it's there, because I don't want it like too far below. I want it really close, but I just don't want to see it. So there, I think it's good. Then I'm gonna go on that rigid body for the cube, and I'm gonna click on passive. There's active and there's passive. The baseball's on active, and this is on passive. So what I did was I made kind of a base. So the baseballs, they were just gonna fall right down, but now they kind of just like stand there. So that's what I need. But now I'm gonna turn on bounciness, because I want them to bounce off. So as you see there, nothing happened. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to add some bounciness to the baseballs, because like having the base bouncy, it's good, but you need to have a bouncy baseballs too. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna add some bounciness to the baseballs, and you see that one bounce. That's how I want it, but I want them all to bounce like that, you know? So I'm gonna kind of adjust the bounciness, make sure it's all good. I'm gonna add it to all of them real quick. It's gonna take a little bit, but let's do it. So now I went out and I added a bounciness to all the baseballs. And see, that actually worked out pretty good. You can adjust the bounciness to have them bounce less or more, but that's just a good way to have it so it looks really cool. You know, just a reminder, like you can make it really bouncy so it just bounces right off, or you can just make it a little bit bouncy. I hope you enjoyed this Blender tutorial. Sports Swag out.